me and Roz are going to throw out a word or a phrase amidst this crazy trade deadline, okay? And you're going to grade it because you've been talking about these trades all day, so you're the perfect person to grade our words and phrases, okay? So, Roz, you kick us off.
All right, so the first phrase I have is around Kevin Durant, and I chose fresh slate because I just feel like everybody needed a fresh slate. And for Kevin Durant, he was in Brooklyn between injuries and the pandemic and a big three that didn't materialize, vaccine issues, and just an overall toxic situation. We were honestly like robbed of prime years of a generational talent that really just loves the game of basketball. So here's a fresh slate for KD in Phoenix. And then you look at the Suns, you know, they could use a fresh slate too. It was a heavy start to the season with everything around ownership and Robert Sarver. And then they've been through a year already with a ton of injuries and large chunks of time missed by Chris Paul and Devin Booker. And so now you're seeing a team that kind of can just shake it off, fresh slate, and start up together. I'm looking forward. What about you, Cass?
Okay. Look, so my word, you gotta work with me here, okay? Suns rise.
Oh,
you know, as in sunrise, okay? Because it's a brand new day in Phoenix, okay? So you got a new owner, a new superstar, a new number. Who dis? Like the Suns are brand new and they're acting like it, and they have brand new expectations, especially with title hopes. Their first title that they're going for. So for me, sunrise, because this trade happened before the sun rose.
Not for nothing, that's good.
So is my word right now? So in 2023, I've been trying to enhance my vocabulary.
Okay.
I've been giving out words and things to that nature, but this one is Durantula. And here's why, okay? When you think of Durantula, in Arizona alone, right, talk about tarantulas, the actual spiders, they have the most in the United States. So it only makes sense, right? I didn't have to overthink this, go, you know, look in the dictionary or an encyclopedia like I've been doing over the past few weeks. I just thought of this, okay? Durantula. And this is why. Because in Arizona, they are infested with tarantulas.
Oh, wait, so is that his new nickname? Is this his new nickname?
It should be his new nickname, Durantula.
I thought that already existed.
Yeah, man, I think
you didn't create that.
I think you need to bring it back.
All right, Cass, what's the next topic?
Next up for you is Russell Westbrook.
Okay, my word for Russell Westbrook and the whole situation would be treadmill. Stay with me because like a treadmill, you're moving, but are you really going anywhere? So you look at the Lakers, they move Russ, and they do get younger. They add some shooting, some versatility on defense, but they look next door and the Suns got Kevin Durant, and the West still has talent. And you're wondering, is that really enough to make them a true contender? So treadmill. Then you look at Russ. He's absolutely been moving in the last 5 years. Last 5 years, he's been on the Thunder, the Rockets, the Wizards, the Lakers, now Utah. And it's just like there's all this movement, but it's been hard to find the right fit and traction. So I went with treadmill.
Okay. All right, we're getting a workout here. My phrase for Russ, I'm quoting one of my favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption. It comes down to a simple choice. Get busy living or get busy dying. And this is strictly in terms of basketball. And Russ needs to get busy living. You know, he needs to, he's now on his fourth team in 4 years. So in terms of getting busy living, meaning he needs to figure out how to adjust his game and his standing in the league, or his NBA career is about to get busy dying. I mean, I spoke with Blake Griffin after the game last night in Boston, and he talked just about the maturation process. I mean, he was the guy in LA, and there is a maturation process to elongate your career, and Russell Westbrook really needs to just adjust his mentality about where he is in his career, and also just mature and maybe humble himself a little bit, and maybe we could see him play for a few more years and capture some of that magic he had when he was with the Thunder.
You know what? I'm gonna just give it an 8 all across the board. You know why? Because it was truth, right? It was the truth. And everything behind it, I love what the phrase and describing the phrase. You know what? I didn't have to think as much. Like, y'all didn't say words where I had to kind of look over to Malika and be like, hey, what that mean on the court? You know what I mean? So anytime y'all speak my language and break things down in layman's terms, that's an A+. That's an A+.
Oh, okay.
I'll take that.
Wait for this next one because we got one last round here.
Oh.
Yes, and this one is around Kyrie, and a word association for Kyrie. And I try to be creative on this one, okay? Pineapples on pizza. And, okay, stay with me, like, pineapples on pizza. So, like, the Mavs are plain pizza, looking for a topping, a great compliment to Luka, and Kyrie's pineapples. And I think, you know, look, pineapples alone, great. Plain pizza, delicious. And together, at minimum, it's flavorful. And, you know, Kyrie alone, talent-wise, a top player in this league. Luka, wow, he's the now and the future of this league. And together, at minimum, it would be exciting. But, you know, then there's all the controversy around a pineapple slice and certainly this pairing, like, you know, who gets the ball in the clutch? They're both clutch. They could take pressure off of each other. That's great. But would somebody have to defer? Defensively, what does that do there? They were 24th in defensive rating before this trade. Then losing Dorian Finney-Smith, that's a big defensive loss. You know, does that matter? Do you have to commit to Kyrie in a long-term contract and committing youthful, important years of Luka's career alongside Kyrie? These are questions, and then you wonder, would it have been just simpler to just get a pepperoni slice?
Look, I co-sign no pineapple, no fruit on pizza, so I am all for
I like
that.
pineapple pizza, actually.
I absolutely do not, but that's a different conversation. Perk, we'll get your take on that in a bit because I'm going to give my phrase for Mark Cuban and the Mavericks, and it is, I'm out. Just like on Shark Tank, Kyrie is all about making a sound financial investment. And we all know from the beginning, Kyrie has been about securing the bag. That is the reason why we see him now with the Mavericks, why he's no longer with the Nets. And so he could be Mr. Wonderful for the rest of the season. But at the end of the season, if he doesn't have that bag, Mark Cuban, he's out.
And I agree with that. He's out. And Raj, you lost me. See, when you get to talk, let me explain something to you.
You got hungry, didn't
you? When you get to talk about food, you got to make sure you come correct when you're talking about food. Big Perk, pineapples on pizza, you know what I'm saying? Plums on breadsticks. I just can't relate. I can't relate. I don't even like fruit, okay? That's the first thing. I don't even like fruit. That's not in my diet. So you lost me on that one. I got to roll with Cassidy on that one. On the I'm out because of the food tape.
My bad. That's on me. I come correct with the food.
Vocabulary the hell on.